Hello, Facebook. It is Question Answer Thursday, and today's question is all about how do I find myself outside of parenthood. So, if you don't know, my name is Christina. I'm founder of The Impactful Parent, and every Thursday I answer one of your questions live here on Facebook that you submitted all week long. If you want to submit a question, all you have to do is DM me, and I pick one at random. You can also email me at theimpactfulparent@gmail.com. Let's get to our question. All right, Christina, I'm feeling horrible lately. Maybe it's quarantine, or maybe I am just frustrated with life, but I miss my old life before kids. I don't even know who I am anymore. My whole life is parenting. How do I have my own life outside of parenting when my kids take up all my time and energy? All right, first of all, super common, especially with stay-at-home parents. And right now during quarantine, we're all kind of a stay-at-home parent. But I just want you to know, when whoever submitted this question, that you are not alone. So super common. Now I'm going to give you the easy answer, and I'm going to give you the more long-winded answer, because the long-winded answer is a lot more detailed. And as you know, nothing in parenting is simple. Nothing. Everything is complicated. So here's your simple answer. You just have to prioritize yourself. Now, the more complicated question is, how do I do that? How do I prioritize myself? So I'm going to get to that in a minute. But that would be the simple answer, is you got to prioritize yourself. Now, I'm going to say that there are actually 3 different types of parents. And as I talk about the 3 different types of parents, I want you to consider which one of these are you more like. You got parent number 1, which are more of the ignoring parents, because they actually do what they want instead of revolving everything around their children. They make very independent and self-sufficient kids, but the problem is that the kids often feel neglected, and then they get resentful toward their parents, and in the end they get a bad relationship with their children. Then you have parent number 2, which they give everything to their kids, of course. They enable their kids, they do everything for them. They're the hover parents, the lawnmower parents, and in the end, it's actually the parent that burns out. And these parents yell too much. They're very impatient. They end up resenting their children because they are parents. And again, the kids end up picking up on these feelings that the parents are admitting, and the relationship sort of fails. So, of course, the third answer is your balance. The balance. The parent that figures out how to prioritize themselves a little bit so they can keep some of their own identity and therefore their sanity, and those relationships are much better. So how do we do that? Okay, again, simple answer, just freaking do it. We make time in our lives for things that are really important to us. Bottom line, we do. And if everybody does that, if it's super important to you, you will make the time to do it. Now, if you're not doing that, it's because it's not that important to you. I mean, maybe you want that, but until you really decide to do it, you probably won't. So you need to prioritize yourself. So here's some steps into how to do that. Okay, here we go. First thing you're going to do, look at your schedule. Every single morning, I wake up in the morning and I look at my schedule and I figure out where I can sneak in an hour of me time in my day. Every single day I do that. Now, you're going to find that hour or 2 hours or even 20 minutes that you can find, and it could be after bedtime, it could be at a lunch break, and you're going to take note of it, and you're going to make yourself a priority during that hour. And second thing you're going to do is you're going to make a list of the goals that you actually want to accomplish, things that are about you and not about your kids at all. So maybe it's a book that you want to read, maybe it's a place you want to go, something that you want to do, something new you want to try, whatever it is, but you need to write it down. So you're going to make a little list for yourself. And then you're going to take that list and you're going to put it somewhere important, maybe where you can see it often. Maybe it's your phone, maybe it's on your bathroom mirror. But this reminds you not only to prioritize yourself, but you can also start creating like a little checklist of different things that you can, when you start crossing them off, because you did them, and that makes you feel good about yourself. So it's really important to actually write them down. All right, then during your me time hour that you found that in the morning, you're going to do something that works toward that goal. Progress is often done in little tiny chunks, you guys. We don't need a full long period of time in order to get something done all the time. Even if it's like, I really want to go travel somewhere. Maybe you're going to take your hour to start imagining yourself traveling. Like, look at good deals and see if there's a time when you actually can take the trip, and start looking for babysitters. Whatever that hour is, it actually goes towards your goals that are on the list and nothing else. Okay, so that's what you're going to do next. Do not do laundry or take a nap during that hour. Now, I know you guys all need sleep. I do too. But you're not going to sleep during that hour. You're actually going to work on something toward the list. So unless sleep, more sleep is on the list, you're not going to do that. And you're definitely not going to do laundry, guys. All right. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to get a babysitter at some point. It's worth the money. And even if it's just once a month, it's worth it, you guys. You need to have the break. A grandparent or somebody, I don't know, even if you're paying someone, trade time with another mom, whatever you need to do, you're going to go find someone that's going to help. There's a reason why it takes a village to raise a child. And it's so sad to me that nowadays in society, we have so much pressure to do everything on our own and all by ourselves. That's actually, in my opinion, crap. We need help from other people from time to time, and it should be okay to ask for that help. So push that horrible stereotype to the side and take some time for yourself by asking for some help. It's okay. All right, the next thing you're gonna do, stop wasting time watching TV or on your phone, unless, again, it's on that list. If you need one of your me time things is to watch an episode of something or a season of something, okay, then that's different. But we waste so much time on electronics when you could be doing things that actually go towards your goal. So do not do that. That's what the next thing you're gonna not do. Let's see. I, for example, sometimes have to take my me time when I'm waiting for one of my kids to finish sports, like a rugby practice or something. It is sometimes the only part of my day where I have for myself, because with 4 kids, I'm very, very busy. But I will, like, let's say I have to exercise, I'll run around the rugby field, and that's how I'm getting my exercise. Maybe I want to socialize that day, then I'll make it a point to actually talk to one of the rugby parents and meet somebody new. And so, but those are things I do for myself and not for my children. I'm meeting new parents for me, for my own sanity. And those are, again, comes down to being creative about what time you can make for yourself and prioritizing yourself. I could sit on my phone like everybody else on the sidelines and kind of waste an hour away, but no, sometimes that's my only hour, and you gotta prioritize that. Okay. All right. So the next thing I'm going to tell you to do is you're going to start changing your mindset. This is really important. We get into this mindset of, I'm stuck with my kids all day long. Okay. That's really not helpful. Instead, you need to shift that mindset to, I'm choosing to be with my kids right now, and I'm going to choose to do something fun with them. It's so not easy in the beginning, but you got to keep pushing at it. It's kind of like working out. Nobody likes to do it in the beginning, but after a while it becomes routine, and then suddenly it's not so bad to work out. Same kind of thing with this mindset. Don't say you're stuck with them. Say you want to spend some time with them and then make it fun. So you're going to have to dive into their interests and make it silly, become maybe a Pokemon expert or get into real Minecraft if you have to, but whatever it is that you need to do to make it fun and a game for yourself so that you can enjoy some more time with your children. All right, the next thing you're going to do is do not let your kids be your whole world. Yeah, there's a difference in your daily routine revolving around your children, which it does probably, and the entire meaning of your life revolving around your children. That's not what you want, okay? So you can still be on duty with your children 24/7 and be involved in other things. And that's where you have to start getting creative. You have to make an effort to insert those other little things that you like to do into your day. Whether it's, I'll give you an example. For me, I like to watch R-rated movies after my kids go to bed. Not even because I like R-rated movies, it's only because it's an adulty thing to do. It makes me feel like an adult. It makes me feel like a real person again, because my children can't be involved in it. it makes me feel good about myself. And it's not always a really horrible movie. Maybe it's like a horror flick or something that I can't see or something like that. But it's something that I do for me and not for my children. And that's what you need to do, is you find something that makes you feel good about you and you insert it into your day somehow. All right. Then here's a mistake that so many of, especially stay-at-home moms, make. You need to care about how you look at least once a week. Yeah, that means put on the jeans and take off the yoga pants, wash your hair, maybe put on some makeup, and look, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. Because what happens is, if you are wearing thrumpy clothes for too many days in a row, you begin to feel thrumpy. Yeah, your clothes affect how you feel. And so it helps to change your mindset if you dress a little bit differently. Even if it's one little thing. Even if it's just, hey, I'm putting on the jeans. Even if it's still just a white t-shirt or whatever. Or wear the yoga pants, but wash your hair and do your makeup that day. Awesome. Something that is just a little bit more effort, it'll shine through. All right, let's keep going. You need a friends group. The loneliness of parenthood will sneak up on you if you let it. This is right. Make an effort to call people and make friends. You have to. Again, it could be after bedtime. It could be while you're waiting. I do this all the time. My friends can attest to it. I'll be like, hey, I got 10 minutes while I'm waiting in car line. How's your day? What's going on? And then, but you reach out. Because again, it comes back to that. It takes a village and you need that adult interaction. So make the effort. You can, if you don't really have anybody to call, Facebook, right here. You can start friending people and DMing them and meet some new people right here on Facebook. It happens to me all the time and I love meeting new people. So it's interesting and you can talk to them. All right. This is probably the most important tip I'm going to give you today, but you need to stop putting labels on yourself. I know you do it. I do it too. Everybody does. This is what you're doing. You might say, well, I would exercise in the morning, but I'm not a morning person. Or I would make friends, but see, I don't make friends very well. Stop that. Those are self-fulfilling prophecies. You can't put labels on yourself because then you're creating boundaries on the things that you're capable of. You would not let your children do this to themselves, so don't do it to yourself either. You have the potential to do whatever you want if you put your mind to it. So stop making boundaries on your success. Let that sink in. Stop doing it. Okay? And the last thing that I'm going to suggest that you do is stop comparing yourself to other people, especially on social media. They only post all the good stuff, okay? Stop comparing. Everybody is having struggles at home. Everybody has this dark side at home, whatever, You can't compare yourself. You don't know other people's story. So be your best you, because the best you is going to result in you being the best parent. Again, it goes back to what I started with. If you take care of yourself and you prioritize yourself, and then you begin to have that life outside of parenting, things that you do for yourself that don't involve anything that has to do with your children, then suddenly you begin to recognize yourself again when you look in the mirror. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. You make progress in tiny incremental steps, and even little incremental steps is still progress. And that's how we get it done, especially as parents. So do not compare yourself to other people. Be your best you for you. And when you are, you will yell less. You will be more patient. You will be a better parent. And your kids will see it. And in the end, it comes together that your relationship will flourish a lot more. So please, guys, I hope that helps. If you have a question for me for next week, please submit your questions. I want to hear from you. So DM me, and you can email me at theumpackableparent@gmail.com. Have an awesome weekend. See you guys.